This is practice test number 5, problem number 5, and here we are building a 95% confidence interval for a population mean mu, and you have your formula given to you at the top of the page. Now there's a difference here between this problem, problem 5, and problems 3 and 4. The difference here is that we do not know the population standard deviation. All we have is the sample standard deviation, which is the S equal to 24 in this particular problem. And when you know the S only, then you need to use the t-table. And when you're using the t-table, which is the table I handed out in class, the first thing you need to do is to calculate the degrees of freedom. And the formula for the degrees of freedom is df is equal to n minus 1 equal to 100. The n is the sample size. The n is 100 in this problem, as you can see in the information given. And so your n minus 1 is going to be 99 degrees of freedom. The first thing you want to do is go to your table, and you're going to be using, for 95% confidence interval, the third column from the right in the table, which is the column that has 0.025 at the head, at the top of the table. So you look down that particular column to 99 degrees of freedom, and you should get your t-value. And from the table, the t-value in this problem should be 1.9842. And then you're going to take these values that are given to you in the problem, plug them into the equation from the top of the page. Your x bar is given to you as 75 minus the t-value, which is 1.9842, times, in parentheses, the s, which is the standard deviation of the sample, 24, divided by the square root of the sample size, which is n, and is 100. And you're going to substitute into the equation as we did in the previous problems. You multiply and then divide by the square root of 100. You should get a value of 4.7621. And I'm using 4 decimal places here because I have 4 decimal places in the t-value from the table. When you get that 4.7621, you should get the same value over on the right-hand side. You're adding it to the 75 on the right. You're subtracting it from the 75 on the left. And when you do that, you should end up with this interval, as you can see it at the bottom of the page. Let me remind you that you are dividing by the square root of 100 here, not 100, but the square root of 100, which is 10. You're going to have to know how to use your calculator to do this calculation right here.